Good morning, class. Economics. Hope you are all having a good day. It's about 8:38 in the morning here. This is Tuesday, March 17th. This video here is going to help you for the test that will be posted later today or potentially tomorrow. Um, Before I get into talking about the review that we'll do here in a second about all the things you know, here's what you need to know for the test. The test is only going to be 10 questions. It's going to be done in a Google form. It'll be posted and shared to the classroom. It'll all be multiple choice. Um, you'll have a week's long amount of time to do the test. So from when I assign it, you'll have till midnight the following week of the day that I posted to get it done. Obviously, you're going to be able to use the PowerPoint slides, use this video, use Google, anything to your disposal, right? Work together, use your notes. So getting a 10 out of 10 should be very easy. So I'm not going to go too long into detail into this video of what you need to know. I'll just kind of go over the basics, okay? So a good idea for you right now is to open up the supply and demand notes, have that open. It's in the Google Classroom. And then we're going to go ahead and start on slide 3. So I'm going to pause for a second here to give you an opportunity to get there. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to talk about demand, and it's on slide 3. Demand is pretty much based on needs and wants. That's a important thing that you should know. Okay, if you know needs and wants, you should be fine. Okay, let's go to slide 5, the law of demand. If you know the law of demand as well as you're going to know the law of supply, you can pretty much do everything on the test. It's pretty simple. If the price of something goes up, people are going to buy less of it. If the price of something goes down, people are going to buy more of it, right? Kind of use common sense on this test, okay? If you have the laws right in front of you and you're taking the test, both the law of demand and the law of supply, test should be pretty easy. Now, if you look at slide 6, demand table. Because of the circumstances, you're not going to have to know how to make the table. You're not going to know how to make the curve. You're not going to have to do that on the test, okay? There's no way for me to really have you do that and fill it in accurately. So we're going to skip over that stuff, okay? So we can skip over the curve, okay? Let's go to slide 10. You are going to have to know some of the shifts. There are different shifts involved, both in demand and supply. So we'll start with demand shifts. When there's a change in income, there can be shifts. If people make more money, there is a shift to the right. People make less money, shift to the left. Why? Because if you make more money, you can buy more goods, more of a good, and so on and so forth. Less money, buying less goods, buying less of a good. Okay? We'll go to slide 11. Changes in expectations. This could be about sales and times of the year. So that's what I'd like to think for this one. For example, swimsuits in December are going to be on sale. Why? Because no one's swimming in the freezing cold winter, right? So for those swimsuit companies to make a profit, they have to put all their swim line items kind of on sale to encourage people to buy them. So that's going to shift the demand curve as well. Changes in expectations is what we'd call that. $12 would be change in population. If we're on slide 12, pretty straightforward, common sense. More people move to an area, there's going to be an increase in demand in any amount of good. Less people in an area, less of an increase in demand. So the shift to the left if there's a change in population. So if population goes down, shift to the left. Population goes up, shift to the right. Number 13, slide 13, change in taste. This can be due to advertising trends. This can be due to fashion. I mean, 3 or 4 years ago, fidget spinners, right, would have been in their highest demand. Now, however, right, not very many people are after them, going after it. So a lower demand. Okay. That's pretty simple. I'm not going to ask you about substitution effect. I'm really keeping this test very simple. I mean, almost every one of you should probably get a 10 out of 10. So we'll skip over slide 14. We'll go to slide 16 now. Now we're talking about supply. This is kind of the second half of the test. Just know, let's actually go to slide 17. For supply, just know that to have supply, you got to have ability and willingness, right? So if I wanted to be a rapper, I really wanted to, I really, really, really want to, I want to have that fire mixtape. As much as I am willing, I don't have the ability to do that. So I will not be able to supply a mixtape, right? So just read the examples there on slide 17. It should make it pretty straightforward and clear. Number 18, again, if you have the law of demand and the law of supply right in front of your face when you're taking the quiz, since there's no time limit, you should be fine. It's right there. Just read the laws. You'll be fine. Skip over the table and the curve. I'm not going to ask you that. Let's go to slide 22, supply shifts. Similar to demand shifts, there'll be a few questions about this. The supply curve can shift to the right with an increase in quantity supplied. The supply curve can shift to the left with a decrease in quantity supplied. Okay, so let's go to slide 23. Changes in resource prices. So let's say land or labor, the price of that for that business, it goes up. Because it goes up, that means a company's going to have less money and they're going to have less product. Thus, the supply curve shifts to the left, vice versa the other way. Okay, so that would be for 23. Slide 24, technology. If there's an increase in technology, an advance, right? Read the example there about cows and the whole milk. Technological advances are going to shift things to the right. Lack of technological advances, shifting to the left. Usually technology, if you ever see it, right, we're never going back, right, in technology because we have the knowledge. We're not all of a sudden going to wake up tomorrow and be like, well, let's go back to the beeper instead of the cell phone. We're not going to do that. So for the most part, if you see a question about technology, know that it's almost always going to be shifting to the right, okay? 25, taxes and subsidies. I have this slide in front of you. I know for a fact there is a question on the test because I just made it. Understand the difference between taxes and subsidies. And here's the difference. Taxes are when the government takes away money from you. Subsidies are when the government gives money to you. That's it. You know that much. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, in terms of the online test you'll be taking. So just read that part. We can skip over Solyndra. Quotas. Just know for quotas, they're used as a way to, it's a limit on the amount of goods. Quotas are used by the government to put a limit on how many, typically international goods come to the U.S. This is to encourage people to buy American goods. And help the American economy. So that's what quotas are usually for, but I don't think I'm going to ask you a question on the test. Finally, slides 30 through 32. These are all on elastic and inelasticity. Okay. Remember, if something is elastic, that means it has a lot of substitutes. So for example, pizza, it's elastic, right? There's Little Caesars, Bronco Billy's, Porky's. I mean, there's a lot of different pizza companies around the country. An inelastic good is, say, like oil and gas. There's only a handful of major national ones that you can go to, different companies. Okay? Go to slide 31. Elasticity. Need to know that equation. Okay? Remember, the equation always is going to be the percentage of change, whether it's quantity supplied or demand on the top, and then on the bottom, change in price. Divide that out, you'll get a number. If that number is greater than 1, that means the good is elastic. If it is less than 1, then it is inelastic. If it is equal to 1, it is unitelastic. There are 3 questions on the test where you're going to have to figure out how to do the equations. It might be good to go to slide 32 and practice the 3 examples I gave you. All right. But again, with unlimited amount of time and resources, I think you guys are all going to do great on this test. And of course, if you have any questions, you can let me know. Emailing me is the best way to get a hold of me. I'll check the classroom a couple times a day. So yeah, but anyways, good luck with the test. You'll see it posted very soon. You can use this video as well. If you have any questions, let me know. Have fun.